Tonight, we're back. It's hour 6. Jacob's gone. Aston's gone. Danny's here. And it is the Sunday roast left.
Welcome to the Sunday
Tuesday
roast with Mike and Danny. This is Danny and this is Mike, and we're kind of strange. We're in the tub and we drink a lot. At least one of us does. This is not Mike's body, but that is Danny's, and that's really gross. Thanks for watching the Sunday roast. We love our fans. And here's Danny's mom.
His name's Michael.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And he's a Jew. You can tell he's a Jew. Look at
Ask him
him.
who's his daddy.
Magical moment. I can almost taste Danny. It's so close I can almost taste him. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. It's the Sunday roast.
Tuesday.
With your hosts, Magic Mike and Danny the GFP.
Good evening.
Good evening. My screen is frozen.
You put it on the wrong camera setup again, you tit.
Nah, Jesus Christ.
Cannot get the fucking staff.
You know,
You make me sick.
It's almost like this is hour 6 of a 24-hour podcast that's going on here. I can't 27-hour podcast. How you been, Danny? Since the last time I saw you about 24 hours ago.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know is Wales 3, Russia 0. That's the game in which the Walrus was born at Euro 2016.
Wow.
Because it said on the screen, WAL for Wales, VRUS for Russia. And you had a picture of Aaron Ramsey on a walrus.
That's, who knows more than you about this sort of thing? So,
Genius of a man.
Tom Sable's in the house. Danny looks like he's on an episode of Stranger Things. Keep running up that hill, Danny. That's not a reference that I get, but
rolling down a hill is the only thing I do when it comes to hills.
So we have, by way of the different time and the different format, we have some people probably tuning into this show for the first time. Sunday roast normally at 9 or 10, depending on how Danny's feeling, on a Sunday evening. We are now here at 1:11 p.m. on Tuesday morning, or 1:11 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So this is the Tuesday roast, the Sunday roast leftovers, the Monday night roast if you're here in the States. This is a show that is only tangentially about Arsenal and mostly about our body parts.
It's episode 24.5 as well.
Is that what we're going with? Or are we
going to call it that? And I'm going to steal it off you and put it on ABW. So a little bit of continuity.
That's
but
good.
I shall wait 2 years before I do it.
Beautiful.
It's going very well. It's going very well as well. Very good indeed, apart from Andy ruining it and then you lot picking on me when I asked Lee Dixon a perfectly good question, and then you shit all over my question with your inability to understand the point I was making.
Which is what? Explain this to me now.
In the George Graham days, you had all those magnificent players, and out of all of them, only one of them has had a child that has played at a decent level of football. And then you and your shitty friend, the fake American, said about Sean Wright Phillips. That's his stepson. Bradley Wright Phillips is his son, and he was shit, apart from in MLS, when he was pretty good.
Didn't he play for Man City, though?
I think he could play for Man City.
That was Sean Wright Phillips.
Yeah, but so did Kevin Campbell's son. That's where he was before he decided to leave and go and play for Stoke.
Yes, but Sean Wright Phillips played in Man City's first team back when Man City's first team was.
Yeah, but that's his stepson. That doesn't count. That's not his DNA.
Okay.
As much as he loves him, and he is probably a real dad to him.
True.
But DNA-wise, there's only been one player whose son has played. I mean, what's his Kevin Campbell's son's name?
Tyrese.
Tyrese, that's it. I knew you'd know. I was going to ask Kevin. Kevin would know. That he is a hell of a player. And he took a step down from Man City's academy to go and sign for Stoke because he's going to do stuff. And when he plays, he is a hell of a player. And I reckon If he doesn't get Stoke to the Premier League, he'll be in the Premier League within 2 seasons and banging in goals, just like his old man. But it's just odd, isn't it? And you can even add all the Wenger years. Every manager that Lee Dixon has played under, all those magnificent world-class players, only one has had a kid that has done it at the top, or will do it, or is doing it, or can do it.
There you go.
Are you pressing buttons? You've gone very quiet.
Yeah, sorry. I have even more duties than normal, and I don't mean that in the diaper kind of sense. But
have you had a poo yet on air?
No, I'm not going to be doing that. We will not do this.
No poos.
High Tech J has come in and said, "Damn, a 5-hour stream. You have no idea what's happening here, my friend. This is hour 5." Or this is now hour 6 of 27 hours, raising money for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society through Gooners v Cancer. So if you want to show your respect, which we appreciate, head over to goonersvcancer.com. You can donate any amount you'd like from anywhere in the world, and your donation gets you raffle tickets that are used for hourly draws at the end of each hour. We just did one for a great piece of Ruth Beck art. We've got signed shirts. We've got unsigned shirts. We've got unsigned underwear. All sorts of things that are going up for raffle that you can win, and it all goes to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. So please do participate in that, and thanks for the respect on the 5-hour pod, which we are now moving past. So, I kind of wondered, did we leave anything unfinished in our pod last night? I know I was a bit distracted because I couldn't get the website to work. We finally got that sorted.
Did it get sorted as soon as I said it would do?
It got sorted last night. It got sorted in the evening on Sunday. I was able to get somebody to respond to me who was able to put in the key to the website, turn the key, and reopen it back up again. So
did they lock it safely when they were done and then swallow the key?
They did not, and that's why I am going to break in and take all of the money out of
all of the monies.
All the money. So where did we leave off last night? Do you have the minutes of our meeting? By the way, if this is the pod where we want to take our cue from you, the viewer. So if you have a topic, it doesn't have to be Arsenal. It doesn't have to be a question to be answered. It could just be a topic. Throw it out there. Top 3, whatever. Top 5, anything. Why do you guys look so similar? It can be. In fact, I've grown my hair out to the longest that I like to let it grow, just so that we don't look.
Your eyes.
But
do that. Get it out your eyes. There you go. Oh. It makes me very sad that your boy likes the football, because my daughter couldn't give a fuck about me or football or the podcast or you or life.
She used to go with you to the football. I mean, it didn't last, once. But you had those memories though. No?
Yes. Hopefully, my balls will be back in order. My infection has now spread to my legs.
Maybe that's why she doesn't go to the football with you, is because you sit there talking about your balls 24/7.
You need she needs to know about gentlemen's balls to stay away from them. Yes, so that on the second Friday, the 2nd of September, I hopefully going to get her to try and come down, but she's taking 2 weeks off to go on holiday to Ireland. Hello. On the 12th of September, taking my mum back, having my mum deported back to the motherland, and taking her mum as well. So I'm not sure if she's going to get any time off, but hopefully I'll be able to shovel myself into a respectable pair of pants, get a shoe that fits, and wedge me ass in the chair and get on down there. But did I tell you the other day that my neighbour came in and handed me a parcel and then went, "Oh, my son's giving me his flu." My next door neighbour Sue. Turns out she had fucking COVID.
What?
She stood next to me. I said, "Well, don't stand there. You might have COVID." And she said, "No, I'll be all right." Turns out she had COVID.
What the hell is wrong with people?
COVID is what's wrong. But I'm okay. I didn't get it. Well, if I did get it, I'm super. Does it make your balls swell up when your leg go wonky? You've had it a dozen times. You should know.
I technically have it right now, and I can't tell where my balls are because the diaper is too bunchy right now around it.
So that's why I won't go to hospital about my leg, because they'll go, oh, well, you might have to stay overnight. And I'll have to say, it's the NHS. You can go fuck yourself. I'll be a day patient. I am not spending a night again. I did that a few years ago. I took a tablet and it got stuck and it burnt a hole in my lower intestine. And so there was blood in my poo. It stank. It's black poo. It looked like black sausage, but I knew it wasn't because I don't eat that shit. And then I had to stay in for 2 nights. My God. Quite close to the worst experience of my life. Nurse, I need something. 3 hours later, they'll turn up with something you didn't ask for. And now, as you're finding out, young Michael, my boy, we're of that age where when your brain goes, you need a wee, your bladder is 1 minute ahead of you. It's either gone already, or it's telling you, like it's like a kid on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve, or like a dog when you say walkies. That's how your bladder is when you get to about 50. It wants to go and it's not waiting for you. It's going on its own. And so I cannot go there, sit in a hospital bed, which are made of stones and bits of metal, and sit there for 2 days while they go, oh, the specialist will be around in a few hours. No, fuck that. You let me know and I'll come down there and see you. That's the gist of it. That's why I'm here and not in hospital. Otherwise, I'd be in hospital with it.
That was like an AFTV level rant about hospitalizations. Like you are the I mean, other than the jail part, you're the DT of hospital rants right now.
My nonsense days are well behind me.
Well, good. Yeah, we have that to be thankful for, because I don't want the show to be canceled.
No.
Lone Star Londoner saying what we are hearing is the worst experience of anyone's life. So, all right, we do have some things. First of all, I just want to bring up Dave Lieberman, top Gooner from California, is giving a testimonial.
He understands. He knows what I'm cooking.
Yeah, a testimonial, by the way, for winning a great prize last year. He had won what I consider to be one of the most underrated prizes in last year's Gooner raffle.
Wasn't that the one that was a very, very limited edition worth £1,000 or something?
One of only 71 books created on the double winning team, the 70 to 71 double winning team. The book went up for auction. It was donated by Mark Brindle, the amazing supporters liaison officer, and it was only one of 71, and most of those 71 were in the hands of the players and their families. Not only did he give the book, but then once the book was already bid on and didn't get nearly enough attention, in my opinion, then Mark said, you know what, we're having a reception in the spring of 2022 with the double winning families and the players that are still around, and I can get it signed by a lot of different people. And Dave, of course, said, hold on to the book and get it signed, and then I'll take it and run. And I'm glad that it hasn't been sold. But looking back at my awesome 70-71 book I won from last year, autographed by Charlie George twice, Sammy Nelson, Peter Marinello, Bob Wilson, Frank McClintock, and Eddie Kelly. It's awesome. Thanks again, Mike. Grateful to be able to enjoy the book. You too can win big on the Gooners V-Cancer Podathon, and that is true. So Christian wants to find out how much has been donated so far, and the tally at this point for this event alone has reached $2,035. So we are well on our way to trying to eclipse last year, which we just hit 5,000 in the last couple minutes of last year's Podathon. Thanks to deposits. I keep calling them deposits. Thanks to
you're obsessed with deposits.
I'm obsessed with deposits. Thanks to donations from Daniel Sweetman.
Never heard of him.
And a very generous donation from Nick Canning. Based on that donation, I would expect to see his name in the prize draw fairly soon. So thank you for that. We keep rolling along. And so we do have a couple of kind of Sunday roasty type of questions. So let's see. Where are they? See, yeah, you're not able to control the chat this time, which is unfortunate.
No, I'm sitting here bathing in the glory of having to do fuck all other than sit here and look slightly aggressive and menacing.
Yeah, so when Soph came in, she was displeased by her inability to put comments up.
Clicking on it, and it wasn't working.
I know. Daniel Robert, top 5 albums Surely Tapestry is there. You know, that's not a bad call, actually. Tapestry's
I don't
good.
even know who it's by.
Carole King.
I don't know who she is.
Carole King and James Taylor are like the soundtrack to my kids, to like the songs we used to sing my kids when we were putting them down to bed. They're fantastic, but this is always the kind of thing that I struggle with. And 5 of them, I'm going to go with just the ones that come to mind as being like surprisingly good, not necessarily like the top 5 of all time, but one strange one is Asia or Alpha by Asia. Starts off,
this up now, aren't you?
No, starts Alpha. Asia Alpha. I forget the band is Asia. The album is Alpha. Starts out with 3 or 4 of the best songs, and it just kicks in, and you know, goes a little bit downhill from there. But when you start off that strong, I'm sure no one else would have that on their list. But I'm not doing it in any particular order. But that's one of my top 5. What do you have?
I have Genesis Live. I have Phil Collins.
So you're just basically just spitting in Arsblog's face right now. Then.
Yeah, and I would say, I'm trying to think of a good one. It would be LaRue. That's very, very good. Fuck knows what happened to her. Madness's greatest hits. Phil Collins' greatest hits, and I love the Pet Shop Boys' greatest hits as well. And I think that's enough. Yeah. So basically, I have no taste in music, and I don't care about music. If I never heard another song for the rest of my life, I wouldn't care. The Greatest Showman soundtrack.
But then you wouldn't hear. Thanks for watching the Sunday Roast. You like music more than you admit.
I don't care for music. I'd much rather listen to LBC or talk radio and occasionally Radio 5. No fucking music, please. Get fucked. I don't like it. It irritates me.
I'm going to go my second album, and again, not in any order. I'm going to go with Queen's Greatest Hits. That is a massive album. Full of songs. It starts off with another one, Bite the Dust, and keeps going. But you can't go wrong with Queen.
You know their song "Who Wants to Live Forever," which is the soundtrack to the Highlander film. They hated, and it's on apparently, so I heard years ago. It's on none of their albums.
What just happened there?
A spasm somewhere. And you know, I was mates with the bloke who was in the band with Freddie Mercury before they called it Queen. So it was about 3 of the Queen members and my mate Barry.
You know what? Speaking of Queen, I was given, and this was when I was with Jake in the Diamond Club right before we met.
Thierry, it was then.
Thierry, Lacazette, and Bukayo Saka. And
this whole story again.
Yeah. Well, in that same visit was a man who was said to be, and I have on very good authority, the official driver of Freddie Mercury back in the day. His name is Graham Pope. Maybe someone could look that up, but he gave me his card, which is it is as like metallic as it looks. But if you're ever looking for a ride and you want a limousine that has substances, probably residue still involved in every possible way.
It's using the same cars he used 40 years ago.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's a model. It's a Model T Ford, and so apparently he was Freddie Mercury's driver. Trying to
Lone
think
Star.
of the third album.
Lone Star Londoner's got a very good point. I was listening to Ian Lee. He had a show over here from 2016 on Talk Radio until 2020. Then he got fired for being a dickhead. And I'm listening to them all again from day one. And he played Bananarama. Bananarama are bloody good. Not a bad song. Every single one of them. I love them.
I don't know. I mean, they always seem more like kind of, I mean, and I say this in a way, they seem kind of like more eye candy. I don't know how talented of a musician.
No, they weren't eye candy.
They were good musicians?
They were just quality 80s pop. They weren't ugly, but they weren't good looking, and they could sing.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Bangles. I'm thinking of the Bangles.
Susanna Hoffs and co. I think one of them might have been a man, but we don't talk about that.
No, we don't. No, however she identified is what we're going with.
Yes, that's a potato, like we do potatoes.
The third of my 5 albums that I'm just coming up with systematically has to be Abbey Road.
Fuck off.
I know you can't be arsed when it comes to the Beatles, but I can be arsed.
Overhyped nonsense.
I can be arsed a tremendous amount when it comes to the Beatles, and
they're not a patch on madness.
They've got to be up there. I'm going to struggle on the other two. Well, got to go with an unplugged. I'm going to go with a surprising one, which is
the Fiddler on the Roof soundtrack.
Well, that won't surprise anyone. Nirvana Unplugged.
Oh God, you fucking hipster! You're making me sick.
I mean, the voice of an angel, and the fifth one has to be Chris Cornell's Songbook. I'm done.
I don't know who he is.
Got all 5. You don't know who Chris Cornell is?
Nope.
You can. This show has reached its final episode.
Has it? 24.5. What a way to go out.
We almost made it to 25.
Who did he play for?
Chris Cornell was the lead singer of both Soundgarden first, and then Audio Slave after that. Then he went on a solo career. I wanted to see him in concert, and it just never worked out. And finally, in like 2014, my friend, my neighbor and his wife and I went to see him with like second row seats up in Baltimore. Most amazing concert, so incredible. And less than a year later, he was gone. Just a sad loss of talent. And I almost mock people who get so wrapped up about people they've never met before dying, like on Twitter, like oh my God, Betty White, and I shouldn't, but like for me, that one did hit me a little differently because just his music is so amazing. So those.
That's how I feel about Rick Mail.
So you named 5 right off the bat, and then said how much you hated music.
Well, that's because I brought up. I've got a file of albums. Also, anything by Prince. That's the best concert I ever went to. In fact, it's so good I went twice at the O2 Arena.
To who?
Prince.
Oh, Prince. I thought you said Bufferins, and I'm like, that's a medicine. That's like a headache medicine. That's not a.
You're off your trolley, sunshine. Have we got any more questions?
We had a top 3 something, and I'm trying to find it now. It was top 3 deans that you know. Fuck off.
Mine would number 1 would be Dean Stanley, my mate who comes on here, who comes to the Champions League final with me because all my Arsenal supporting friends are wankers. He's an Everton fan. Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko. I'll go with Dean Malenko. Although he's not in great shape today. I think it's Parkinson's.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't like him. I don't like him. In fact, I dislike him. I used to hate seeing him wrestle. And Mike Dean.
No, Mike Dean has to be down at the bottom of the list.
Well, I only know 3 Deans. He is.
All right, I like this one from Loki.
Hello, Loki.
Keep them coming, please. The topics, they don't all have to be lists, but how about making a wrestler from 2 famous people with their attributes?
This is easy. It's going to be a mixture of Donald Trump and Boris Johnson.
What's there's no mixture.
They just talk good mic skills. Peppa Pig World.
Making a wrestler from 2 famous people. How about let's change this to two podcasters? Like, if you made a wrestler from,
it's got to be Chris's hair. How about we build a wrestler from different parts of other podcasters? Okay,
let's do that. All right, so Chris Carpenter is where it starts, because you can take like 5. This is like Mr. Potato Head, where you plug in the different parts, but then it just ends up being all Chris.
Oh no, it'd have to be Chris's hair, and then you'd have Simon Collins' face because he's beautiful.
Did you catch Simon earlier?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Did you notice how he descended into intoxication during the time he was on the podcast?
He did. Yeah. And did we ever find out who that hand was? It probably was his lovely wife, because she's too good for him.
I would hope so. In fact, that's what we're going with, because we don't want anything bad to happen to his marriage.
We'll have to have the judge's legs, because he's still a footballer at his age.
So Chris's hair.
Yeah. Simon Collins' face.
So we're going for like a heartthrob then.
Yes. Our very own Fabio.
Yeah. So far we're kind of. This is kind of going down the Chris Jericho, or the young Chris Jericho.
And you have to have the judge's legs.
Judge's legs.
Because he still plays football. We could have Kevin Campbell's arms. He's probably got some guns on him. Look at him.
So this would be a person that just has. I mean, look, I didn't make it this way, but blonde hair, like perfectly coiffed, or not blonde hair, but like long flowing hair, beautiful face, and then black arms.
Yeah. We're multicultural, if anything. We're gonna have lady parts and men's parts.
Really pale, disgusting legs. Yes, he was a footballer, but if you've ever seen him pick his broken toe apart and replace the tape on the platform of Covent Garden or Leicester Square Tube Station,
you had a broken toe.
What?
You had a broken toe.
Lee Judge.
Oh, did he?
Sorry, my COVID just kicked in. Ugh.
Oh, don't die.
Yeah, last year when we were gallivanting around London in early November, we had a broken toe and a bad back, and reminded me about it every 10 seconds. But
have you ever been to London before?
I had a picture loaded that I had to clear out for here, but it showed him picking his toes. It was lovely. Davis said physical graffiti, quadrophenia, candy apple gray, songs for the deaf, Liège and Leaf. I couldn't tell you who any of those are by.
Okay.
So you want to call me a hipster for liking like fucking Nirvana?
Oh, I do have some kind of hipster music I like. XYLO.
Xylo?
That's it.
Is it played on the
xylophone? Fantastic. Yes. And so we're going to have Sophie's hands, because in case I bet she's got nimble little hands, but very strong grip. Like a marmoset monkey. You're never going to get a banana off it.
You know who's listening right now? Who's probably taking copious notes?
You,
Sebi, because we're gonna if we can have somehow if we can have
podcasting Frankenstein,
if we can have a photographic rendering of this professional wrestler with Chris Carpenter's hair, Simon Collins' face.
We need the bling. I've not met Sophie, but I imagine she's got a more than a fair share of quality bling rings that will go with Chris's hair.
Oh, no question.
Delightfully.
Kevin Campbell's arms.
Actually, we're going to have Sophie's hands and Sophie's feet, because Sophie will have a superb set of shoes on her.
Yep. Yeah. No, stylish.
And she's got showbiz hands. That's a medical fact. Those hands are insured for more than Engelbert Humperdinck's.
Clive's voice. I like that from Jared.
Who?
Clive's voice will be next.
Oh, because see, then once it's finished all the showbiz and it's late at night, tucks you into bed, Clive's voice will soothe you to sleep.
Now I don't know
words.
I don't know how you unless he does it to one of those deep fake things and has Clive's voice there. But Sebi, we gotta see this at some point tonight. So
we're missing a torso. Do we want a big fat torso? We could have you.
That would be hilarious to put all these attractive qualities from people, and then
just one of you in the swimming pool.
Yeah, and then my naked belly in the middle of it, ruining the whole thing. Yeah, I think that we'll be done there, because I don't think we need to be anatomically correct with the genitalia.
We could have Tom Canton. No, Kaya Kanak's height.
Okay,
so it's really tall.
Yeah, so a tall, skinny guy who just has like it'll look like when the snake eats the
frog
snake eats the mongoose or something, and the snake is just super thin except for the one part where the mongoose.
Yeah. And in the belly could be the face of another podcaster. That's what it's eating. Another podcaster. Who will be the So when you do this, Sebi, you'll have an outline in the belly of a face of what podcaster.
Oh God. By the way, for anyone who's new to this is the Sunday roast right here.
Oh, Dan Potts is the face inside the belly.
Yes, please.
Oh, Alien. Like in Alien, the head is getting out of the stomach, breaking out. It's Dan Potts breaking out of the stomach like an alien.
Right now, Sevy's like got steam coming out of his ears. Like
Yeah.
how the hell am I going
to do this? To get Jacob back on. That's something you can only draw. It's not something you can stitch together.
Yeah, you can't Photoshop an alien. Well, I'm not going to say you can't do it because I've said every time I think Sevy can't do something, he does it. So
what else are we missing? I think that's everything, isn't it?
I think so. And
we've got hands and feet and legs, and we've got the arms, we've got the body, we've got the head, the hair,
hands, shoulders, knees, and toes. Yeah, I mean, ears, I guess. But God, that is So there's a combination of people who can't sleep because there's no air conditioning and people who can't sleep because of the last 5 minutes of our conversation. But yeah, Tom says Dan Potts breaking out of my stomach screaming Arteta.
Yeah, he's not still Arteta out, is he?
He must be.
Even he can see what's going on. It's going to be a glorious season, my boy.
My guess is that he's like, things look good, but you got to play when it counts and prove me wrong. That's what I'm going to guess. I did, obviously we were on the air when I didn't get to watch when he was on Highbury Squad, what would now be last night UK time, but I'm sure it was a good show, and I'm sure he was saying I'm seeing some changes, but you still have to convince me during the season.
Looks like Torreira's going to be gone, and Galatasaray 6 million. Leno, Fulham.
So the Turkish team that's actually going to pay money for a player,
like when Kevin Campbell played for Fenerbahce, not Trabzonspor, current Turkish champions. Come on, the Spore. So it looks like we've got some players that are going to go out. Florian Balogun looks like he's going to go to Nimes in France on loan for the season, which is nice.
Is it Nimes or Reims?
Reims. It's a cross between both. Aaron Ramsey signed for Nice. That's nice. I don't know. If they'd name their fucking places so they're pronounceable, then it'd make my life a lot easier.
Well,
can't trust them.
That's what this is all about. So yeah, I mean, looks like the outgoings are starting to happen now, and so does that cause Tielemans to suddenly show up?
Oh, Leicester are absolutely fucked, aren't they? Because they've got no sign of anybody coming in, and all they've got is who's that? Maddison to Newcastle. That looks like that's going to happen.
Ooh.
Probably about 50 million.
So they're going to lose Maddison and Tielemans the same summer.
Well, Vardy's knackered. He's going to have to carry on playing because his wife spunked all their money up the wall. But we've 24 players have left the club, 12 on loan, and 12. What the hell's that? Miltman. 12 on loan and 12 players have left the club for a total value. Those 12 players that have left, total value of £15 million. And 9 of that was one player. Magnificent deal.
Oh man.
Have you fallen asleep?
No, I'm catching up on a couple of text messages because I'm I haven't had a chance to look at my phone in a while, but
you look at your phone tomorrow and I'll tell people a story. What do they want to hear a story about?
No, I'm good. Our next prize draw is going to be at the top of the hour, which is 2 a.m. UK time, 9 p.m. American time on the East Coast, 6 p.m. American time on the West Coast. And then our next two guests coming in are going to be representing the Arsenal Vision podcast with Paul Paz, making his first appearance on the podcast, and Elliot Yankee Gunner making his 20th appearance.
Never heard of him either.
And you will finally see the glowing, beautiful, helpful face of Jared Carver. Never
heard of him.
No, I haven't either, but apparently he works for our podcast now. There's a story that Dromiaga is waiting for.
I've got a story about penises, if that would help.
It's on brand. We might as well get that up.
You let me know when you want it, when you want to go and press some buttons, and I can tell you a 4-minute true story about something that happened to me.
Let's do it. I might have to change my diaper.
Good. So it's probably about the year 2006. Billy Connolly is one of my favourite human beings in the world. I absolutely love him. And when he dies, I will be shutting myself down mourning for a year. And so I've been to see him saw him in Oxford once in about 2004. Then I think it was 2006. He was in Southend. So I bought tickets for a theatre in Southend to go and see him. So me and Ginger Ken, the one who I named my Ginger Cat Ken after, we went down to sit. So we drove down to Southend. Shitty drive, shitty place. Never want to go there again. And we were early. We find the theatre in Southend. We sit outside the side of it, and we have fish and chips. And we think we'll go in there, beat the rush. So we go in, open the doors to the Southend Theatre, and we go in and we sit there. Well, I'm sat there anyway because I brought a chair with me. And so we're sitting there, and these women are coming in. There's probably about 20 or 30 women have come in, no men. I'm thinking, fucking hell, this is a bit weird. And then one of the people who works there comes up to us and goes, are you here for the show? I said, yeah, we're really looking forward to it. It's something I've wanted to see for ages, and I love it. And she went, okay, right. And she looked like I was making it up or being odd. She goes away and comes back and went, have you got your tickets? I said, yeah, we bought the tickets online. She said, okay. And she went away, and she come back about 5 minutes later and she said, we don't really have any bookings for the wheelchair spots, but it doesn't matter. No one's booked the wheelchair spot, so you can come in and you can see the show. And is that okay? I said, yeah, that's fine. She went, okay. Then she came up, she went out, and then while we sat there, the whole room, which is probably big enough to fit 100 people in the waiting room, the entrance, me and Ken are sat there, and every single person there is female. And we're thinking, okay, Ken, this is a bit fucking weird. You thought, first of all, you thought there'd be more people coming to see Billy Connolly. And secondly, why are they all women? And Ken went, I don't know. So we just carried on talking between us. And then so must have sat there for at least half an hour of all these women, all this other stuff coming and going, doors opening and closing. And then the same woman come back who'd been to see us 2 or 3 times. She came over to us and said, right, you can come in now, let everyone else go in first. And then, no, you can go in first before everybody else, because wheelchairs always go in first. So in front of best part of 50 to 100 women, I don't know, she said, oh, can I just see your tickets? So I gave her the tickets, and she said, oh. And she looked at the tickets again, then she went away. Then she come back and she went, you do know there's more than one theatre in Southend, don't you? I said, no, I didn't know, no. And I said, is it a problem? And she went, yeah, these tickets aren't for this theatre. They're the one down by the seafront. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, what's showing here tonight then? She said, Puppetry of the Penis. And there was women laughing and giggling and smirking. And me and Ken got up. Well, I didn't. I sat there. Ken got up, grabbed hold of me, shoved me out the door, and we drive like a bat out of hell to get down there. And we barely managed it, because although it is probably 300 or 400 meters away, no, half a mile away, it's a zigzag to get down there. And that was the story of me and Ken and Puppetry of the Penis. Sad times. Didn't fucking stay, Dromica. How dare you? And don't Google Puppetry of the Penis. The gist of it is, you get half a dozen men that are extra long in the underpants department, and they do stuff with it, tying them in knots, whacking them against things. It's a show for ladies and gentlemen of a certain persuasion, of which I am neither. And it was meat puppets. That's it, Dromiga. Meat puppets. I don't know why I'm taking so long to read there. I can just read the comments on this one, can't I? Puppetry of the Penis. I saw those crazy Aussies years ago. Did you accidentally see them when you wanted to see Billy Connolly? So I went to see Billy Connolly, and it was brilliant. And that was the second time I went to see him. And I think I then went and saw him one more time in Peterborough when he was, this must have been about 7 or 8 years ago. And it's very sad. And he's my favourite person other than family that's ever lived. It says, Moss says, it was pretty cool, actually. They can make puppets out of them, the meat puppets. It's disgusting. I have Billy is 78 or 79, because he's the same age as my mum, but he has got slight Parkinson's and living in Florida now. And I want to go to Florida and live with him in the warm.
And me. What part of Florida does he live in? Do we know?
When I come and live with you, we can go and find him.
My wife is so looking forward to moving and living down there, and then when you show up, it's just going to be so devastating for her. Perfect timing, because there is no one I would leave A live stream in the hands of More Than Danny, and it appears that these incredible inventions called adult diapers, they do have a maximum capacity.
Shut up! No, 62
I
liters.
Keep going.
Oh dear, that's no good. It's not good.
So my commitment to the cause is unrivaled. But
oh, that's good. How many bottles of that drink have you got there with you? And what is it? Is it an energy drink or?
It is. It's just Gatorade Zero. This is number 2 of 3, but I do have 24 Red Bulls, of which I've only had one so far. So I am getting ready to start hitting that because the fatigue will start to kick in a little bit soon. But
I did an 8.5-hour show, transfer deadline day one, all by myself. I don't think hardly anybody from ABW turned up because they're all scumbags.
Well, that's not fair. I need to get, before I forget, because we've got 10 minutes left in this roast, I need to get your top 4, your bottom 3, and your out of left field prediction that isn't a popular thing.
I have a domestic and an international. I've come prepared, Michael.
Well, you know what? You're the consummate professional.
I am something professional.
So what have you got for us? Top 4.
It is going to be Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. All these idiots saying Spurs are going to get top 4. No, they're not, because as soon as a half-decent job... Remember, what's his name?
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti. I was going to call him Tony. Ancelotti signed an 18-month contract. That was half of last season and all of this season. So if he wants to leave for a decent job...
No, Conte. I thought you were making a comparison to when Ancelotti left for greener pastures from Everton. But yeah, Conte signed an 18-month contract.
Conte. Yeah.
He's gotten everything that he wants, or maybe he hasn't. Maybe he hasn't. Maybe the players that
they signed for that is because another club will want him, Barcelona, Real Madrid, maybe Juventus again, PSG. Some club like that, Man United, will want him. And if he's done a 5-year deal, they're going to have to cough up a fortune. If they only want him now, his contract expires on the 1st of July next year. So they have to pay 11 months now. If by the January transfer window, a club like when Newcastle sack Matey Boy, which they will do, he's going to want to go to a club like that. And then the only compensation they have to pay Spurs is fuck all. Yeah. So Spurs are not finishing top 4. So Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Yeah, my predictions. The only difference is that I have Liverpool actually winning the league, but I have Chelsea in 4th. No. I have Conte. My whacked out suggestion, or whatever we want to call it, was that Conte doesn't finish the season at Spurs.
Very nice.
Your bottom 3.
Well, my left field one has got something to do with winning the title as well. So my bottom 3 is going to be Leeds, Southampton, Everton. All because they're going to carry on their form from last season. You made a good point about Nottingham Forest being a leviathan of British football. They are, back in the day, they were the team. They were much like Arsenal, loads of homegrown players. Everybody liked them. They played the beautiful game under Nigel Clough, under Brian Clough. Nigel was his son, and they won back-to-back European Cups. So did Villa won it back then.
79 and 80, right?
Yeah. Well, I say yes. I don't really know.
When I was over there, one of my best friends, the friend of mine who probably liked football the most, because he had European lineage, was a bloke called Rob, and he was a Nottingham Forest fan through and through. And, it was not like, oh, that's your cute little team. Like, mine was Arsenal, his was Forest. And both of those teams were competing for the first division, or to try to get as close to Liverpool as we could at the time, But Forest. I hope for Forest's sake. First of all, it's very near to your home.
It's where Sean lives. It's about an hour and a half. If Sean drives, it's an hour and 10 minutes. If a normal human being drives, it's nearly 2 hours.
And your 2 crazy predictions.
One is domestic based, which affects the league table, is where I agree with you. Haaland, I'm a Dortmund fan. Haaland was regularly injured. Haaland to pick up an injury in about October that will rule him out for the rest of the season, and Man City go and buy Harry Kane, but they don't get him in time because someone on your show said earlier they've got loads of players that will score 15 goals a season. No, they don't. You've got De Bruyne, last season 15. Sterling's gone. Mahrez is on 11 goals. Foden 9. Gundogan 8, and the other one was Jesus who had 8.
I would
so
say
they are going to struggle without.
I would say Foden's in line to make that jump if something happens to Haaland. I think Foden makes that jump. Grealish, I just don't see that he'll ever make that jump.
Nope. So that is my left field. That Harry Kane will sign for Man City in the January transfer window, which will help fuck Spurs even more. And my other left field, the international one, England will not make it out of the group stage in the World Cup, and they will not win a game.
Not win a single game.
Nope, they are boring.
They will not beat Iran. They will not beat the United States. They will not
draw. I wouldn't be surprised if they draw with Iran. And then the USA. Who else is in that group? Iran, USA, and Wales. Yeah, draw 3 games.
Wow. All right.
And Wales and the US of A will get through.
That is,
and I will laugh.
That is as huge as an elephant's penis.
That's as huge as us two in the bath together. I mean, there you go. There's a can't draw Arsenal for me.
Now I need to make sure to leave time in the hour for the outro. So we're going to do our draw right now for the next prize, which again is a Ruth Beck art print. Which Ruth Beck art print is it? It is
all of them
of Santi Cazorla. Beautiful Ruth Beck art print of Santi.
I know nothing. There you go. That's one for Loki.
I see nothing.
You don't even know what that is.
I see nothing. I know nothing.
Who says that?
I forgot. Oh, is that Topo Gigio or some shit like that?
No. It's only me and Loki will know that. I know nothing.
Who is it? What's that from?
Oh, wait till Loki puts it in the chat. Make him feel. Why is Loki up this late? He should be in bed. It's nearly the 2 of the A of the M.
All right. The winner. Oh, Faulty Towers.
Oh, Dave L got it.
Davey.
Excellent.
All right.
Loki Manuel. I knew he'd get it. I gave your number to Gav, by the way, Loki. I don't know if the useless shit has rang you yet. If you do, just prepared for a 2-hour phone call. Oh, here we go.
All right. The winner of the Santi Cazorla Ruth Beck art print. Now remember, if you already want a print, we're gonna redraw.
Yep.
The winner, Jerome Peter Santos.
That's me.
Jerome Peter Santos, your alter ego. Congratulations on the Santi Cazorla print. By the way, I have to say we've now done we've done 6 prize draws, and we've got about 30 some odd people who have donated in this window. In fact, that's that 31 that's saying right here, 31 entries. You've got very good odds of winning something at this stage if you've donated. So please make sure to donate early, donate often, and
donate big.
Don't go big or go home.
Go large.
And if you're already home, just go big then anyway.
Or don't bother.
So yeah, that is the prize draw. Congratulations to Jerome.
Peter. Was it Peter?
It's JPS is what I'm going to go with.
Oh,
Jerome,
they used to sponsor the Lotus cars in Formula One.
Yeah, exactly. What he said.
Yeah.
Any other? Let's see. I'm going to wait until at least one of our next guests show up.
Who's up next?
Up next, I said it like a minute ago. Paz and Elliot from Arsenal Vision.
Never heard of any of them.
I will check to make sure there's no cancellations. I don't see any.
Oh, that's always good. We don't like a cancellation. Have you managed to get Andy to pull his finger out and do more than one show? Was he only? Let me guess. He's turning up when you got Bergkamp on and Pele.
Yeah, I mean, he looked at the list of people on this podcast and was like, "I want that one. I want that one." I mean, he wasn't worried about what time it was.
I said, "I'll do the hour that nobody else wants to do for the Tuesday Tuesday Club, the Sunday roast leftovers."
You've just completed that promise. Okay, and all right, so we do have, let me see, one more question. One more question is, well, not a question, but this is from some time ago. And you know what? Actually, this doesn't fit with the tone. I'll bring it up a little bit later, but who'll be the first manager to be sacked this season? We haven't gotten your answer on that one.
Fatty Lampard, fatty Lampard, you fat fuck.
That's the end of that song?
Well, I just made it up. I can only do a certain number of lyrical bars before I start needing payment. So you can use that, but only that, and only use it twice. And then I want £10,000 for every other time that you use it. Fatty Lampard, fatty Lampard, go and fuck yourself, you fat fuck. There you go. Highlight of the show.
You gotta love English chants. I mean, we I don't think we could have that kind of originality at like a Commanders game or something like that.
I don't even. You know, I looked through the list of all the NBA teams, and there was 15 of them I'd never fucking heard of. What a load of shit!
There's a lot of expansion going on. So, which, like, give me an example. Like the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, I can tell you because I have got a little thing called Sport, and I have a link on Wikipedia, and I can tell you the mofos that I've never heard of. Like the Toronto Raptors, never heard of those.
Well, they just won the championship a couple of seasons ago.
The Atlanta Hawks, the Washington. No, I think I've heard of the Wizards. The Minnesota Timberwolves, Oakland City Thunder, Portland Trail Blazers. The Sacramento Kings, the Dallas Mavericks, the Houston Rockets, the Memphis Grizzlies, the New Orleans Pelicans. Are you having a fucking laugh? Yes, I haven't heard of any of those lots, so they're never going to win anything. Just making names up for all. Basketball is squeak, 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 score. It's just that for fucking 4 hours, however long it is you play it.
That little bird chirping thing that you did is the very first thing Elliot got to hear when he came into backstage. So
you may use that on any of your shows, Elliot, as an intro, because we do good intros. That's the only thing ABW are known for. And that's only good because people laugh at us for it.
That's a prime offer there. So we will end this off now as we hit 2 a.m. UK,
Bong.
9 p.m. here. We go into hour 7 of the 30 of the 20.
7.
This has been a special Tuesday morning, Monday night, Sunday roast. I think that's going to be the final name for it.
Up your bum, you dirty buggers.
And if I can find the outro. Where's the outro? What did I do with the outro?
Again, this could take fucking hours.
Here we go.
Here we go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Danny. Love you.
Mama.
Thanks for watching the Sunday Roast with Mike and Danny. This is sometimes Mike, and this is Dan. And we have fun. Here's Berglano, and here's Sexy Mike riding a horse. Danny loves junk food. We know he does. And Mike does tricks. We love football, but hate talking about it. So we made this show. Why you watch it, we don't know.
But it's fucking hard work. Get off me, you buzzy cunt. Fuck off. I hate them.
Sunday Roast is a joint production of a Bergkamp Wonderland and the Gooners Podcast. Join us every Sunday night at 10 p.m. for all the entertainment you didn't know you wanted, but can't live without. Have a great week, everybody. We out.